All right, we are live. Welcome back to Comic Book Battalion Live, episode number 2. I'm here with my friend Tivia. We're going to be discussing the
Hello.
history of Amazing Spider-Man, the Stan Lee years.
Yep.
Which,
Yeah, it's Spider Go, but Spider's on the cover in the back.
yep. Well, of course, Spider-Man was
Yep.
created by Stan Lee Ditko, who first appeared in Amazing Fantasy issue 15,
Yep.
which there's some interesting info about this book. Is that at the time the book was being released, they were
The
actually
book was being canceled.
being canceled because of low sales. I read some of the early issues; they were quite interesting. They were weird, but they're interesting.
Yeah, if I remember so, maybe and see, sorry to interrupt, but I maybe had read it out back in with an anthology book, and each story was a self-contained story. Like the Twilight Zone, or another zone, the proper, anthology these days is Black Mirror, which is kind of the exact same premise.
Yes, though originally the book was previously called one of the two different name changes prior to be called Amazing Fantasy. It was previously known as Amazing Adult Fantasy from issues 7 to 14, and the first 6 issues known as Amazing Adventures, which later was brought back in the 70s as a sort of like anthology book per se. And because of this book, we got Kazar. We had a feature for Killraven, which is like a world type of story.
Groot.
Yeah, Groot. Groot actually made his debut in Strange. I think it was
Strange Adventures. I think, right?
I'm trying to think. It was. I think it was Tales. I think it wasn't Tales. It was Tales of Suspense, just prior to Tony Stark takeover. The first issue. You may know of this character, Tivia. Guess which like known sorcerer in the Marvel Universe made a debut in the original Amazing Adventure series? He's associate of Doctor Strange.
Oh, Wong?
Nope.
Barry Mordo? Ancient One?
No. Dr. Druid.
Dr. Druid?
Yeah, and if you look at the original comic, he was originally called Dr. Doom.
That's funny.
But they changed the name Dr. Druid in order to avoid confusion with the actual Dr. Doom.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yep. And people like this issue, Amazing Fan 15, is known to all Spider-Man fans. What happens issue, and most of this is seen adaptation mostly.
Yeah.
Except for one small element of it that never seen the light of day outside of the original issue, because people don't happen in the book. Peter Parker goes to a science demonstration.
Just reactor Spider.
You better react Spider. But of course, Peter's not the only one to make his first appearance this issue. It's also first appearance of
Flash Thompson, Liz Allen,
Ben and May Parker.
Ben May Parker, yeah.
And there was also the wrestler who appeared in the issue, Crusher Krill. It was Crusher Hogan. Who appeared one at a time after this in issue in the 80s, and that was it. And apparently Spider-Man completely forgot about the guy when he ran into him again.
Yep.
Though he looked completely different in the original issue compared to when he later appeared. And of course, people know about when he got, though Linkara pointed this out in his review of Amazing Fan 15. Like, if he goes to Midtown, why does he wear a sweater with the letter T on it?
It's the 60s.
Yeah, I know it's the 60s. Heck, like, if this was set like modern day, he'd be wearing like one of those special jackets for high school jocks wear.
Which, fun fact, Marvel tried to do that with Spider-Man Year 1. Chapter 1, my bad, and it was so bad.
Yeah, I think that series, was written or drawn by John Byrne.
John Byrne had to do it, but...
Though the designs for the villains who appear in the series, the classic Spider-Man villains, their outfits later appeared in the regular comics for a brief period of time before back to the classic Ditko looks.
Yeah.
Though this book also had a debut of a character known only as the Burglar.
Yep.
Yes. Now, with the exception of after he got bitten by the spider, everyone probably think, oh, he would become wrestler next. Nope. No. He went to show
wall crime.
Yeah, he basically he made the costume, which is not the same costume in the same movie. It's a completely different. It's actually the very costume nobody wears. The red and blue outfit, which has been a trademark costume for us for years.
And also common game to suit.
Yeah, where he basically made the costume himself. He made the web shooters. He also brought up something he doesn't use very much anymore. The Spidey signal.
The Spidey signal. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason he stopped using that. I don't really know why. They just writers.
That would be actually in Spectacular Spider-Man. It's actually with a cute nod. I love that show.
Yes.
I can't do it.
Yeah. Of course, aside from giving the ability to, crawl on walls, unlike in these, he can crawl on walls, spider sense. He also gave the scientific knowledge to make web fluid, which I thought that was interesting. Like, since when does spiders know how to make web fluid via science stuff? Probably because Peter Parker's a scientist, which a lot of writers tend to forget he is one.
Thanks, SWAT. Actually, not that true. SWAT always did care about science stuff. The problem, though, he messed it up by making Doc Ock everything. That drove me. At
the whole showbiz thing, he basically briefly became a wrestler, which they did use his element in the Ultimate version of the character. Though he actually became, if you remember reading the early issues, apparently became the company's champion.
And then
I thought it was so weird. Like, since when does a future superhero become a wrestling champion? I thought that was so weird. Like, why did he wrestled that company? Yeah, he wrestled in more than one freaking match. Like, here, one match done, and then we have the thing where the burglar just runs by, and of course, I was saying, "Oh yeah, not my problem, guy." The guy who basically chased him, they kept changing how old he is, like over the years. Like sometimes it's old man,
a young man,
middle-aged guy, but always a guy. It's always a guy, never a woman, never any versions. It's never changed. Always the same gender. It's always a guy. And then right afterwards, now the animated version of this origin story remains the same, but apparently the live-action version refuses to do this. Where you know how in the same movie when they had he died, but in the same movie he died via carjacking, and the Mark Webb version he got died about walking on the sidewalk. In the comic, it was a home invasion.
And Ultimate home invasion as well.
It was home invasion. Heck, even the one from the 90s had this backstory for him in there as well. Yes, Packer had it, and even Ultimate Spider-Man. That show is probably how. But we like that show. But when they showed the flashback of Spider-Man's backstory, they kept that portion in.
That's good. They kept that stuff intact.
Yeah, which I'm kind of like, since when is it hard to depict a home invasion in a superhero movie as a backstory? It's a home invasion. Which they never put that part in because you can't kill him with a house. I have to kill him like on the street, someplace. Which I thought was kind of weird. And then of course he vows vengeance. He basically says, he's at the Acme warehouse. Which in the comic he did ask the cop that, which I don't think this portion has been adapted for anything I could think of.
No. It hasn't.
Usually, I think when they adapt this particular portion, you usually have overhear it instead of him asking where he went.
Yeah.
And then he goes there, runs into him, and all versions get this part right where he basically shocked that he falls to the window and he survives. In the same
he dies.
I'm not really sure why. It's kind of weird. And then we never see him again until the Leap to 200.
Why? Like he's still perfect. We don't need him anymore.
Yeah, that was something Denny O'Neil did. We'll get to that if we're going to discuss Denny O'Neil stuff for Racing Spider-Man. Which people would have brought in Black Cat.
True. And I think he's a good writer, and I think his run in ASM was weird.
Yeah.
Then again,
I think the guys worked for years. I sadly never met Denny O'Neil when he was alive. Never did. I met Neil Adams. Neil Adams, great guy to meet. I talked to him once about Denny, but that's it. Never talked much more about that because we talked about other stuff. From what I can tell, I think their relationship they had was basically very friendly. But
that's good news.
Yeah, from what I can tell, anyways, they're probably very friendly with each other. I'm surprised, though. I've talked to other people about Denny O'Neil. I've talked to Brian Starfleet, who worked with him on, I think it was Shadow of the Bat, because he was the editor of the channel. He loved working with Denny O'Neil. But getting back on topic, and then right after this one shot came out, apparently it was a big hit. And
it's so crazy. It's so gangbusters.
Yes. And get this, third highest expensive comic of all time, behind Axe Comics #1 and Detective Comics 27.
Yep, it's very important to Superman Batman.
Yep, which that's interesting compared to all the other characters.
Like Captain Marvel, Billy Batson. It takes me Foster Comics that sold gangbusters too into Captain Marvel, Batson. That book is amazing. Then they got sued into DC.
Yeah, it's quite interesting of the lawsuit because the comparison between him and Superman, despite the fact that Shazam's powers are from magic. And Superman is alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the case of Amazing Spider-Man, fun little fact when it comes to Amazing Spider-Man, like, if you think of, like, all the titles that were published by Marvel in the 60s that were started by Lee, this is one of 2 titles that he worked on. Actually, I think one of 3. Where Jack
Ford worked on and ASM and Avengers.
Yeah. One of 3 books he worked on where Jack Hood was not the artist.
He wasn't? Oh, no, it's Steve Ditko with the artist. My bad, Steve Ditko.
It was this one. Let's see. There was also Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Jack Kirby didn't work on that one either. And he didn't work on the Captain Marvel stuff. Though Captain Marvel at the time, I think one of his last major creations he did before he stopped doing, like, when he was getting out of regular writing for comics.
Yeah, which is sad. That broke my heart.
Yeah.
Then again, I was born in the 60s. I don't know the fallout between Steve Ditko and Stanley.
Yeah. But in the case of Lee's run, he had 4 artists in the run he had. He did the first 100 issues. He skipped next 6. That was Roy Thomas. And then, of course, he had 4 more issues done by him. And then 3 more additional issues done by him when Jerry Connolly was the writer of the book.
And remember what it does. Stanley's run also introduced Gwen Stacy.
Yep. A lot of unfamiliar villains and supporting characters made a debut in the series. Though the first 2 issues are unique because those 2 did something that we didn't see very much for years until, I think, and on to the last several years, having a second story in Amazing Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah. In the very first issue, like, there are 2 major stories happen in the issue. I think
which
also features the first appearance of Chameleon, who is the main villain, the main story arc right now, Amazing Spider-Man.
Wait, that's Teresa Parker now, which, full disclosure, I don't give her Teresa Parker. She's boring. I might be doing books from interesting. Teresa Parker's a boring character. I want to go away.
She's Peter's sister.
Yep.
Which I'm glad Tim confirmed that. It was hints at in the Amazing Family Business one-shot that she was sister, and then was confirmed by Chip Zdarsky when he wrote Spectacular Spider-Man and brought the character back.
Even though I'm very bitten at that bullshit because she's brainwashed by the Kingpin.
But the thing is, they did confirm she is Peter Parker's sister.
But it looks like that made me also bullshit because apparently Kareem Correa was using LMD. Yeah, they have like the Peter Parker parent robot thing when Peter Parker's parents returned to robots.
Yeah, that also happened. That was something that Chameleon also did in the, I think it was in the 80s when.
Yeah, but they referenced that in this story.
Yeah, but the another story popped up in the issue was the first appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, Spider-Man's biggest critic up until actually the last few years. He's been very critical of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is Zdarsky who did this, who basically made him a lot nicer to Spider-Man. Thanks to Peter giving his identity to him.
Which is Chip Zdarsky. Chip Zdarsky did that because one more day, what kind of that book is bullshit regions?
Yeah, when he revealed it the first time, pre-One More Day, Jameson sued him for everything he basically paid him because he took pictures himself.
Which makes sense from his perspective.
Yeah, in the case, and when Chip Zdarsky did it, he accepted it, and he gave up his fidelity against Spider-Man. Though at the time, when you read the first issue, like, why the heck does he hate Spider-Man for? So I revealed to a backstory that apparently a masked man murdered his first wife, who just happened to be the mother of John Jameson. Well,
his son.
Yeah, his son, who was an astronaut, which this part of him has still remained canon for years. They've never changed this about him.
I'm shocked they did not change that period in any of the not reboots. More than the reboot or they retcon crap to get bullshit means. But
yeah.
The only time that changed was in Ultimate.
Yeah, what did he do in Ultimate? I forgot. I think
in Ultimate, Daniel didn't lost, but his son and that's his wife.
Yeah, I think he died. John Jameson.
Yeah, they both died in a rocket explosion, I think.
Yeah, which basically because, well, it's the 60s. Of course they have rockets. And, of course, Jameson has his usual stick of accusing Spider-Man of causing the accident, even though he had nothing to do with it.
Which is funny.
Yeah, and here's a fun fact about the Daily Bugle, Jameson's paper. It did not make its first appearance in the Spider-Man comic.
It didn't? I thought it did.
Nope. Huh. Do you know what comic it first showed up in?
Daredevil, I think.
Fantastic Four #3.
It did?
Yes. Huh. Look it up. Of course, that issue is also the debut of the Baxter Building, the known headquarters of Fantastic Four, their uniforms, the first ones they wear, and the first time they fought Name with a Submariner and all their own equipment. Like everything especially Fantastic Four show up in issue 3.
Interesting. Yeah, before we got them all years, Fantastic Four was technically the first superhero team. Right? People forget that part.
The way it was for years. Until they made a retcon, it was not the first superhero team, was the Invaders. It was retcon in the 70s. Which, not that, but at least Roy Thomas expanded upon that with the awesome Invader series that he wrote.
Yeah. With that, I'm fine. But Captain America is technically the first superhero in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. But in the case of the Spider-Man Fantastic Four story, there's actually there's a flip side of that in the very first annual for Fantastic Four. Which came out just prior to this. Yeah. There's a backstory in there that explains the Fantastic Four, what they were up to prior to Spider-Man back into their headquarters because he wanted to join Fantastic Four because he wanted to make a salary. But according to, I think it was Reed who said, "Oh yeah, we don't
make money.
Yeah, all money we make is go to inventions."
Yep.
I think in the case of Johnny, that's not the case because he does tours.
Yep.
He gets paid. Ben Grimm, I think he does get paid. I think it's payments from the U.S. government because he's ex-army.
He had to wear a pilot.
Yeah. Reed does get grants from the U.S. government, and Sue is probably just a regular housewife half the time.
Yeah, during the time during the 60s where she did nothing. What
all she could do is make herself visible. That's it. It wasn't and then later on they basically added force fields to her.
It was later on after Stanley left that book, they made her more powerful.
Yeah, and of course they kept changing her hairstyle.
Yep.
But in the case of Amazing Spider-Man, like the first issue cover is very classic. It's been reprinted a few times over the years. It's never been spoofed as far as I can tell. Unlike other famous issues, this one's never been spoofed. Amazing Fantasy 15, that has been spoofed.
Yep. Let's see if I can find that actually.
Yeah. It's never been spoofed as far as I know. Amazing Fantasy 15, I think has been spoofed for an issue for the during the Simulant saga. I think it was like 252. I think it was. Deadpool spoofed it for an issue of his run, and I think it's also a nod to Detective Comics 27.
Found it.
Yeah, that's the first issue of Amazing Spider-Man.
The Fantastic Four thing, I'm trapped, but they don't suspect my willpower. That's a great cover.
Yeah, the Chameleon Strikes.
Also, we have Doc Ock for the pin as well.
Yep, that happens issue 3. 2 has first appearance of 2 characters. 1 still appears. The other one very rarely appears, and that's, the first rare one that happens in the backup story of the issue. That's the first appearance of the Terrible Tinkerer.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He's that old man. Oh, the City
Yeah,
Soldier Man ASM as well. I think
Trellis Manson. Um, Interesting thing comes to him. You know, he has something common with the character Space Phantom.
never heard of him.
He's from Avengers #2 from the '60s.
Oh.
Yeah, the thing about him is that after his first appearance, he did not return to 100 issues later.
100 issues later?
Because
What was he doing at that time?
That's what, yeah. Yeah, and then in the case of Terrible Tinkerer, he didn't make his return to issue 180.
Damn time flies.
Yeah, a long time. I don't remember who was writing the book. It wasn't Denny O'Neil at that point. I think it was somebody else. I think it was Lane Wein writing the book at that point.
That's cool. Good for him.
Yes. The opening story had a debut of the Vulture.
Yep. There's Jack Kirby. Not C. Dick and Stanley. Also, the
thing about Vulture
also gave us the Green Goblin. It's technically his first appearance.
Green Goblin first appearance issue 14.
Yeah.
14. This issue 2. Thing with Vulture is his story has never been adapted, but he's been in animation. Though whenever they adapt, like the first time I can think of, like one of his earliest appearances when he popped up on 90 series, they had this thing where he was doing the comics at that point where he was stealing people's youth, make himself younger.
Yeah, by steering people at the life force.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. And then he took it from Silvermane and it stuck. Because Silvermane was turned young and then he was turned back old.
Yep, because Silvermane is a jerk.
Yeah, we'll get to him because he actually made his debut during these issues.
I think Silver Sable also had to appear in this series. Granted, out of Stanley's time.
Yeah, it was Evan Stanley. She's a mercenary.
And she had to eat the daughter of Silvermane. Which I do love that.
No. So Silvermine and Silver Sable are not related.
Well,
her father is the original Silver Sable. It's a guy, and he was a Nazi hunter.
True, and Spectacular Spider-Man, I'm feeling that's the show itself, and they made Silverman's and Silver Sable with the father and daughter.
I thought it was kind of weird. Of course, issue 3, everybody knows first appearance Dr. Octopus, and this I thought was quite interesting. I think he was also the first villain to actually read the paper at that point because he knew who Spider-Man was when he first met him.
Yep.
Which the issue itself was been loosely adapted for animation, even live action, where he does an experiment and the arms get grabbed to his body. Of course, this was used for the awesomeness that was Spider-Man 2. Though we had Peter at the actual experiment and was financed by Harry Osborn. He makes first appearance later.
Yep.
And Dr. Octopus actually gave Spider-Man his very first defeat ever in comics. First time he's ever lost a fight. Tivia? Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, this is kind of weird that Tivia's frozen. Yeah, he just froze. Now he's exited out, come back in, hopefully. Yep. Yeah, if you're watching this, you're probably wondering why am I just basically not talking? Because Tivia left for some reason. He just froze and he left. I'll be right back until he gets back. Let's try this when I get back, okay? Be back. That's better. Oop. Close the door. Thank God. My hip is so good. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, that's better. Okay. Well, until Tiffy gets back, I'm just going to just continue with basically debuts. Yeah. After the events of issue number 3. Of course, we had more villains show up here. Let's see. In issue 4, we had a debut of the Sandman. Yes. Oh, there's Tibia. Tivia's back, everybody.
Yeah, my internet crashed. Thanks, modern technology. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I'm not logging back on my computer using my phone.
Yeah. So now after issue 3, after basically Spider-Man gets his confidence back after having listened to a speech by the Human Torch of all people, because Spider-Man said we're gonna give it up being Spider-Man because he lost to Dr. Octopus.
What? That's stupid.
That's the way Lee wrote it.
One loss?
Yeah, he wants to give up. That wasn't until the Human Torch gave a speech, and they gave him confidence to have a rematch with Dr. Octopus and beat him as him out the jail.
Yay.
First of many times he basically would beat the guy up.
Yep. And we all know how that goes.
Yep.
Especially recently, it's pretty Spider-Man crap.
Yep. And then the very next issue, we had a debut of the Sandman. Yep, Flint Marko. Which this one was quite interesting because, unlike in the case of Dr. Octopus, we saw his origin happen as the comic progressed. This was told via flashback.
Yep.
Which is the first time the Chameleon, you didn't hear his backstory, him or Vulture, till later. I think Dr. Octopus was the first one that actually happened during the course of the comic, and Sandman was the first one to happen as a flashback.
Interesting.
Yeah. And fun fact, if you remember Spider-Man 3, despite the fact that we like that movie, Thomas Hayden Church, who played the Sandman, actually wore his comic costume.
Yep.
Which the outfit was simply a green plaid shirt with khaki pants. I think it was brown shoes.
Yep.
But later on, he would change the outfit to there's this goofy looking attire. If you ever see like some early when he joined the 504, he had this weird mask. Like it was a weird attire. Yeah, it was something that happened in Marvel Team 2.
Ow.
Yeah, then pretty much like he kind of loses, but he doesn't like give up right away. He does a rematch with him at his high school, nonetheless. Which is the first time you're fighting his villains at his high school. Jameson was there, and of course he beats the Sandman by get this. Vacuum cleaner! Suck him up, dude. Yep. Suck him up. And of course, I think it was also in this, I think it was issue 2, I think it was, when he decided to get hired as a freelance photographer for Daily Bugle.
Interesting.
I think that was basically, I think it was because of associated with the Vulture when he got hired. And then, of course, this issue, of course, you have Jameson there. He really goes, of course, yeah, Spider-Man has this fantasy like, oh, if he goes down there, he'll have Jameson have 2 cops, because cops there, T1 basically hold his arms while he takes off his mask. And he's like, screw that. And he basically lowers the canister down, says, here's the Sandman all wrapped up for you. And he flies away. Yep. That was a funny issue, that one was. And then here's something interesting, though, about the next issue. Issue 5, he fights his first, like, non-villain from his own rogues gallery. He has his first ever battle with Dr. Doom.
Nice.
Which is so hilarious. And yeah, he says, I want to team up you to destroy the Fantastic Four. And Spider-Man's like, pass. He's friends with them anyways, right?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, he does fight him. But I think he ends up being a Doombot, and he's basically staying in the Laverian Embassy.
Of course it's Doombot. Because Doom is that arrogant. We could, like, don't Doom! I'm a genius. Like, there's no way on.
Yeah. This issue is not very much talk when it comes to basically Spider-Man's encounters with Dr. Doom. I mean, if you're curious, though, when's the first time he met Dr. Doom? It was this very issue.
Yeah, but it's Doom, real Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom's an arrogant asshole. Because, like, I'm Doom. I'm a genius smart in an entire planet.
Yep. And then moving on to issue number 6, we have the first appearance of a character who shows up nowadays. The Lizard.
Yep.
Kirk
the
Connors.
character that's been request to the bottom saying they do not know what to do, and that breaks my heart.
Yeah, I know that you have this thing where he switches back and forth between himself and Kirk Connors.
Yeah, Jack Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, where he does it gradually, and he retains his intelligence when he turns to the Lizard. That was something Dan Slott did.
Technically, I don't understand when he did it first, but
where basically he's still Kirk Connors when he's a Lizard.
Yeah.
That was something that Dan Slott did. We had Spider-Man stick a needle in his head, and that somehow wiped the brain of the Lizard and kept Kirk Connors there. He was supposed to cure the Lizard, but it got rid of the Lizard brain, which I thought that was kind of weird, but it's Slott for it. It was we're in a storyline. It was Lizard Returns. It was the issue where I think this was also the issue. It was also a storyline where Michael Morbius, which we'll talk about him, when he was working for Horizon, and he got fired because he dug up the grave of Billy Connors, which he makes his debut this issue, and Martha Connors.
Nice.
Yes, though she's currently dead now. She had cancer, and then she was brought back as a clone.
I hate clone. Hang on a sec.
It was like lizard people. I think it was that one.
All right, in is back. Thank God. I hate technology.
Yeah, this one was quite interesting because, unlike in the case of the first 5 issues, Spider-Man's New York, I think this is the first one he travels outside of New York for the first time.
Yeah.
And he goes to all places where I live, Florida. But he goes to Everglades. Which, fun fact, 10 years later, guess which famous Marvel character made her debut and his home is in the Florida Everglades besides the Lizard?
I forget.
Man-Thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he's met the Lizard.
Yes?
Yeah, he met him in Giant Size Spider-Man #1. They actually fought.
Interesting.
Which is so interesting because Kirk Connor lives in Florida. He knew nothing about the Man-Thing until I think when Spider-Man mentioned it to him.
Cool.
As you notice, though, like the Lizard looks gradually different here than he does nowadays.
Yeah, because in that issue he has snapped. He just no, I think lizard face.
Yeah, and here's something you might know though that of course DC has their own version of Lizard, Killer Croc, Jerry Conway's character.
Nice.
My mom is basically mowing the lawn right now outside, so basically people think, oh, Marvel ripped off DC with the Lizard, but the Lizard made his debut 20 years before Killer Croc did.
That's interesting.
Yep. And Lizard had this thing where, oh yeah, I want to use reptiles to take over the world. That was stick, which I thought was so hilarious. Yep. Oh, we have a couple comments. We have a comment from
Happy been sending. I have a question. Can you show for the t-shirt you're wearing or staying in full screen? Thanks. Which one? Mine or Nick's?
Yeah, mine is Shoot of My Hero Academia.
Nice.
I mean, this is the best.
Mine is the random design.
Yeah. See. I got this shirt from Hot Topic.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Spider-Man does beat him the usual way, curing him, of course.
Which I don't know, and that story just ended, beginning to end. Simple story. But no, when he got popular, we had to keep bringing him back. And then he killed his own son. Thanks, Shot. Wait, so I did not like that story.
Yeah, this is all Lee. This is a period of time where, unlike nowadays, you have story arcs, one-shot issues.
Yep. But I'm already fine with that. I'm fine with the villain at the beginning and end. I'm tired of villain becoming that big regression. Like, wait, what was it? At least come and have a happy ending. He got cured. Simple story.
Yeah, he keep coming back because everybody was like using him. The issue 7, we get the first ever return of a villain. The Vulture comes back in issue 7 to have a rematch with Spider-Man.
Yep. Yeah, he's that petty. He's a jerk.
Which I think at this time, he was the first villain to make 2 appearances.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah. But issue 8, this was a weird one because you might remember this guy as a supporting character in Slott's run for Superior Spider-Man. Issue 8, we had the first appearance of the Living Brain.
Oh, that thing.
Yes. Which, here's the weird thing. After this issue, he does not appear into issue of Web of Spider-Man published in the 80s.
What? That thing came back in the Web of... Oh, wait. In the 80s, but before Peter Rainer got married.
Yeah.
I think.
Remember. It happened in the early issues of it.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird.
Then it came back and then Stark's one and his dog got brain inside of it. Then it got blown up.
Yeah, this was a weird issue, this was. Because it's the 60s. It's weird.
Yeah.
And I think Lee just can see him as a one-shot villain. But then I think whoever was writing Web of Spider-Man, I think it was Jane Lamatius. I'm not sure who was writing Web of Spider-Man at that point.
Yeah.
It was Web of Spider-Man, I think it was issue number... I think it was 8. It was one of the early issues, I think it was, where they brought him back, and because Peter Parker graduated from high school, and he basically fought him again. And after that, nothing for years until Slott brought him back. I think it was in the first issue of Superior Spider-Man, where he joined the Sinister Six of all people.
How did a robot join the Sinister Six?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And then Slott just made him a supporting character in the book, basically had Spirit Summary program him, and then kept him around even after Peter Parker came back.
And then it blew up. Because Doc Ock basically made it blew up. No! If I get to be no one can! And he pulls him up. But then you have the Octobot. Then he got cloned. Then conspiracy.
Yeah.
Thanks. Then
Yes.
you got a clone body.
Yep.
And then we are going to buy into another clone. Then there's the octopus. But you're stupid.
Yep.
I hate Superior Spider-Man and Superior Arc so much. There's a stupid concept.
Issue 9 is debut character Slot killed off in his run.
They were the female.
Electro!
Oh, yeah, he died.
Yep, he's currently dead. And
female Electro. Who, fun fact, these are spectacle fact, I agree, Jeremy. Female Electro also appeared in this book, in MC2, who died Electro. I forgot that character. And Swatch One, I did not want to stupid.
Yeah, and the thing about Electro is, up until, like, before he passed away, his costume mostly the same. The only time they changed it was after Chapter 1. We had that blue and yellow, that was a blue and white suit he wore for a few years in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. When Howard Porter's writing the book, he apparently put him in that suit for some reason. And
I know an Ultimate, they changed Electro's costume in that series. Here's the thing about that series. I'm back. That Electro who's blue, that's from Ultimate. But this Electro was also a hitman for Kingpin.
Yes. Though originally he called himself Elektra, and then he changed his name to Electro. Yep. And the thing with Electro is, like, when you last saw him in suit, he stopped wearing his mask at that point. He had like a starfish printed on his face.
I think a really cool detail from Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was something later on, like, because I just reviewed a trade paperback for Iron Man, which he showed up with Dr. Octopus. Remember when Dr. Octopus had those 8 arms, and at that point he was dying after Amazing 600?
I remember.
Yeah, weird. He popped up in 3 issues of Iron Man. This is, of course, manufacturing him. He had Electro show up along with the Sandman because, it's a Sinister Six. Of course.
And because Doctor wouldn't be cured. The Iron Man said, dude, I can't cure you. What are you, a villain? So, I'm an engineer, not a medical doctor, you idiot. So,
and plus, these two apparently, like, I looked up, apparently, they only fought each other once prior to this 3-parter, and it was in 2 issues of Marvel Fanfare back in the 80s, issues 23 and 24. And that was it.
Huh.
I'm thinking, really? Yeah. Let me look them up on here, because I can look them up really quickly on my phone. Let's see here. Because it had weird artwork.
Yeah.
For the issues themselves. According to Peter Giles, Fanfare was a series where, like, they're not exactly like how books published nowadays. These were books that were basically just scripts that left in Marvel drawers for years until someone would pick them up and make them to, like, regular series.
Huh. That sounds familiar. I'm out to DC doing right now with some of that book that we got. Oh. Huh.
That's the Marvel Fanfare issue where he fought Dr. Octopus.
Actually, I don't know Dr. in that issue. I only just see his arms. Where's his body?
That's in the issue.
Oh.
I know it was 2 issues. Because here's 22. It was another issue. There he is.
Huh. He looks different.
Yeah, this issue was done by let's see. This is done by Roger McKenzie.
That's cool.
Yep. Yep, but that's the only other time that that they ever fought was this 2-parter here, and they fought modern day, and then of course they fought him in the Ends the Earth storyline, and that's it.
Yeah, which did it after One More Day Brandy bullshit, which I hate One More Day Brandy so much. That's such a bad story. They wouldn't spend for years. 10 years of crap. When we get to that era, you're gonna see me live at crazy. What's next?
Amazing Spider-Man number 10.
This is the debut of Gwen Stacy, right? Or Mary Jane?
Nope.
Oh.
Let me get to it, of course. It is the debut of a group of characters Edgar does not like. they still occasionally appear. The Enforcers.
Oh yeah, those
Dan,
guys.
Fox,
I
Fantasy
remember
Dan,
them.
and Montana. I think in Spectacular Spider-Man they made. I think it was Montana to Shocker. They made him into Shocker for some reason. Not sure why.
I like that change. It was fun.
Yeah, and this is a weirdest issue because the guy in the far right, far left, that is Big Man, the first Big Man.
Yep.
And
who died, actually.
Yeah, he died later on. This is Frederick Crosswell, a reporter for the Daily Bugle. Which, how they found out he was Big Man was kind of weird. Like, I'm thinking though, like,
I know his son took over the Big Man and the next Spender line. Pretty cool.
Yeah. In the case of Big Man himself, like, how they find out was so weird. Like, Siren fought these guys, and then Frederick Crosswell gets arrested by, let's have the cops search his car without a warrant and find the mask, the boots, apparently like mile high, and a voice changer. Last time I checked, that could easily be thrown out of court because you have a freaking warrant.
Well, it's Marvel's cops. Marvel's cops and Marvel's leaders at them, it's broken me on out.
Yeah, if this was taken to court, their case would easily be thrown out because no search warrant. And I believe the 60s was the challenge on the Miranda rights.
Yep.
Well,
at the 60s, so,
Yep. Issue 11. The second Issue 11, The Return of the Octopus. Yep. The Long Way Return. 8 issues.
That was quick.
Yep. Yeah, he has mentioned him here. And then this actually is the first of a two-parter where Dr. Octopus shows in the very next issue, and for the first time ever, Spider-Man gets unmasked.
Unmasked. Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. Let me try something different here because I don't have to keep showing my phone like every time because that's just a bit much here. Let's see if I can.
You can try a screenshot.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let me look up on here. Yeah, and they wrote it off as simply put like Spider-Man, like Peter Parker posing as Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, Doc believed that. I think Doc knew the truth.
Yeah.
Or maybe he didn't believe Peter. I don't remember.
Yep.
Then he did also a story arc in 90s Spider-Man show.
Yep. And
cool.
I forgot. There's actually one important character makes a debut in the early issues of Amazing Spider-Man. Betty Brant, who at the time was Peter's girlfriend and then later broke up because of her brother's death. Now, issue 13, the debut. Yep. Now, here's the interesting thing when it comes to Mysterio. Where, like his issue was actually adapted for an episode of the animated series. Like, we have Mysterio posing as a good guy, despite the fact he's a villain, robbing banks and blaming Spider-Man. I'm like, does that sound like an episode of the animated series?
Yep.
Because I think they actually adapt this for his debut appearance.
Yeah, but both stories were done. Both Spectacular Spider-Man adapted, and the 90s series adapted.
Yep. And, like, I think a lot of people wonder, like, how annoying Mysterio is. Can they at least have him punch him to break his freaking helmet? Nope. They didn't do it to Grim Hunt.
Yeah.
And then his face is, like, so disfigured, which is so hilarious. Now, 14 is interesting. Of course, his debut. Yep. Though, if you notice what he's riding on, it's a broomstick, not his classic glider.
What?
Yeah, it's a broomstick. This issue also had, like you see the cover, a guest star appearance by the Hulk.
Hulk smash.
I believe this is also the first time that Spider-Man met the Hulk.
I think so too. Also, he had the thing about the Green Goblin stuff. That they were kind of a bit behind the scenes thing and Jack. No, see the go. And secret one we're going to be at the anonymous, meaning nobody. He's not
Right,
like
he's some random guy, and then later on, of course, he left because of really Norman Osborn, which I think he
yeah,
did debut later, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
And the guy who's a producer for this issue, he actually returned very recently. It was issue 14 of Spider-Man Deadpool.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Why?
he's Spider-Man Deadpool. No idea why. And apparently the studio that Spider-Man visiting in that issue was a studio he visited in this very issue too. Oh yeah, that was a joke like, oh yeah, let's have Ryan Reynolds play Deadpool even though he plays in the movies.
That's funny.
Yep. 15, debut of Craven the Hunter. And
who's getting a movie?
Yep.
Why? Like, why? Commander, that's not a hero, the villain. You can't make him a hero. Stupid Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the main villain of the movie give me the Chameleon, his brother.
Yeah, which, despite being his brother, treats him like a servant.
Like, I don't get Sony's logic. That doesn't make sense. Ugh.
Yeah. So Craven wants to kill Spider-Man. This is his thing for years.
Yeah, because he wanted the greatest hunter in the world, and Spider-Man I think is the biggest target because he's the best. He's the best target. Well, sure, that I think that's his logic.
Yeah, and this lasts for a long time up until
Hunt. When he commits suicide, but I was fine with that. That was a great death. Like that got undone because we were crazy about it. We're Marvel. No, you keep it to death and nothing intact, and don't screw it up.
They kept him dead for 22 years, and they brought him back in Grim Hunt.
But they're stupid.
They brought him back by using the body of Kane Parker, which I thought was kind of weird. And his resurrection was imperfect. And then right after that, there's no release date for this one. No month is released. But this came next. Amazing Spider-Man Age #1. The debut of the Sinister Six.
Yep. The first ever villain team up.
Yep. And after this story, they would return again until Amazing Spider-Man 334.
After Stanley Suzuki left the book.
Yeah, long after. Do not know why they waited so long to bring back the Sinister Six, and they brought back one more time after that. They brought back a handful of times after that. But mostly they had assembled like all the villains who appeared in the book at that point. Craven Hunter, Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Electro, Mysterio. The only ones they couldn't get were apparently they tried to contact Doctor. No. They returned a phone call. They didn't trust the Lizard, and they couldn't get contact with the Green Goblin. But at this point, like every villain.
Yep.
Yeah, but how Spider-Man battled him was uniquely different than how other times when people think of his battles with the Sinister Six. He does it all by himself, and he's like kind of missing, and the Avengers are looking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why that was.
In fact, Spider-Man having fought Sinister on his own without fighting with. And
yeah, we had beat him, and then you get this card. And it's like random thing. And Dr. Octopus kidnapped Betty Brant. And then, of course, she also just happened to kidnap May Parker in the very next issue.
Yep.
Like, in this very annual. Like, okay, yeah, this is another one from our commenter.
I live in Singapore. I can't buy these type of shirts. I can't support international shipping. Nick and Dad show $4.90. My picture bill. Aw, that's sweet.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Also, bummer. Sorry about that.
Yep. Now, of course, the whole thing with Dr. Octopus and May Parker, this would be something that Jared Conn would exploit later on by having Dr. Octopus attempt to marry May Parker.
Here's the thing about that. He only did it to get a nuclear power plant.
But it's kind of weird. Like, why the heck would even Dr. Octopus... Now, in the case of Dr. Octopus was in her, fine. But what the heck does... She's seeing him. Like, May Parker is, I think at this point, supposed to be in her 60s.
Yeah.
And he is like, what? Late 30s, early 40s?
He didn't even give it him Aunt May. All he cared about the nuclear power plant.
Yeah, that was something Conway did. And they occasionally run each other over the years, where she doesn't have a problem with Dr. Octopus. Peter hates him.
For good reason. Because he got to kill him.
Yeah, but in the case of...
Well, speaking of Doc Ock, I'm sorry to interrupt, but speaking of Doc Ock, I did talk to Dan Solomon, said because he came back in Amazing Spider-Man issue 800 and to save Aunt May. Even though that doesn't make sense, because Doc Ock he was the Hydra.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why. It's just weird.
Yeah. Like, why would Aunt May trust this madman? I have no idea.
Yeah. Issue 16 is very important, this one.
Daredevil.
Yep, meets Daredevil for the first time. According to, it wasn't Edgar who mentioned this. I think it was Dr. Lemonade when he did review this. It just basically just an advertisement for the Daredevil comic, this issue.
Yep, a yellow weird t-shirt. Did before Frank Mode origin.
Yeah, this issue was also the first time Spider-Man fought the Circus of Crime.
Huh?
The Circus of Crime.
Oh.
Master, Princess Python, who later joined the Serpent Society and even fought Captain America at one point, where she's like, I'm not a regular villain, I'm just a snake charmer, even though she's fought Spider-Man. And the Ringmaster, like, he's weird. He's the weirdest character he is. Apparently, like, his grandfather was a Nazi.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was something they showed off later. I'm not really sure why the heck that was. It just that basically that's just the way he is. Yeah, this is also about like brainwashing. Yeah, where they have Spider-Man there to fight each other. It's kind of similar to what happened in Avengers #1 where he brainwashed the Hulk, which, yeah, he's the second non-Spider-Man villain make appearance in the book. First was Doctor Doom, where he tries to pretty much Spider-Man fight Daredevil, and then of course they get over it, and then they beat the Ringmaster. He goes off to jail. They apparently like pop around. It's not clear exactly whose rogues gallery they're part of, the Circus of Crime.
Interesting.
Because they made a debut in an issue drawn by Steve Ditko, issue 6 of Incredible Hulk, which at the time was the final issue of the series. Oh yeah, he's asking the same thing. Oh
yeah, we already did that. Sorry.
Yeah, we already did that. Yep, but yeah, I mean, just a clear advertisement, which is nothing harming at all. Just basically first time I met Daredevil, and they've been good friends since then. He's one of those very few superheroes he's very good friends with, along with the Human Torch, Wolverine, Captain America, Iron Man, though he had disagreements with him. But those Fantastic Four. Those ones I can think of he's very close with. Superheroes, they don't like to think he's close with. Yeah. Captain Marvel is the one I can think of he's close with. Not exactly close with the Wasp or any of the female characters, Carol Danvers. Probably because, and this is my personal opinion, I think because that they saw each other at the Now magazine, which she was the editor for before they shut it down. Actually, it was a woman, I think it was. Yep. 17. The Return of the Human Torch.
And Green Goblin.
Green Goblin. Yeah, just a few issues after his debut. And this is the first appearance of his classic Goblin Glider.
Yep.
And he has Spider-Man and Human Torch fighting each other. Which is kind of weird. Like, why the heck would these two fight each other for? Yeah, I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Yeah. This issue here, 18, is just basically the end of Spider-Man.
Yeah, Sandman fight.
Yeah. But the weird thing about this issue is it's kind of like a clear advertisement for other Marvel books, like Avengers, Fantastic Four, the X-Men. Just advertisements for their books.
Weird.
Yeah, that's what the mailing of this issue is. 19. This one's interesting because it's technically the debut of Matt Gorgon. Of course, Scorpion. Scorpion. He doesn't become Scorpion this issue. He does the following issue, but this issue technically is his first appearance.
Oh, I think we didn't do Spider-Man shit. I assume at the outfit.
Yeah, but
Mary Jane. That's cute.
Yeah, I think that's later on. I think that's one of the annuals of the series. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
here's 20, the debut of the Scorpion. Which here's the weird thing about the Scorpion. Apparently, he's trapped in their universe now.
Wait, what? Oh no, actually, wait, that's not true. He actually came back. I think.
Yeah, he was not trapped in the Ultiverse. It was a different one.
Yeah,
He was sent to the Ultimate Earth where Call won, and he was trapped there.
Yeah, we thank the Venom and Darren Block for traveling there. But I'm glad because Scorpion one of the characters that you've done so much damage to this character that nobody had to go with. So screw it. Let's get rid of him. But thank God for that.
You might not know this, Tiff, but he actually has met Luke Cage.
He fought Luke Cage? Huh.
Yeah, he met Luke Cage. Yeah, they first met, and I think it was in issue of Spider-Man Limited, issue 20, where he visits Luke Cage. I'm like, huh. This obviously makes me feel very nostalgic. I used to be a PI. And then later fought, and then Luke Cage beat the crap out of him.
In 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was so hilarious, but it was nice these two got a chance to meet. Yep. Now, this issue is interesting to say the least.
Beetle.
Yeah, the Beetle. Yes, there was a reason for this because they canceled Human Torch's solo book at that point. He had a solo book in the pages of Strange Tales. So what they did is
the other Human Torch.
Yeah, this is Johnny. Yeah, this here is Johnny Storm.
Oh,
he had
Who was the other Human Torch?
That was Jim Hammond. This is Johnny Storm. Jim Hammond's not back yet.
Oh.
Beetle was one of his
villains. Yeah, he was in Iron Man.
Yeah. Was Beetle, this character called Plant Man, who didn't return recently. He had a small group of villains that were basically considered part of his rogues gallery. Two of them happened to be the Wizard and the Trapster.
Yeah. The Beetle one of the players that very not used a lot. In fact, barely used anything recently. The only time the Beetle was in our media was an open Spider-Man TV, which is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is
actually that's not true. The Beetle also being an open Spider video game.
Yeah. This is Abe Jenkins, the original Beetle. And this was his original alpha, and then later on he switched it up. And he basically became sort of a regular villain for Spider-Man for years until the 90s where he joined Thunderbolts.
Why? Why didn't you put the Thunderbolts on here? Wait. Did they do the Thunderbolts?
It was him, Songbird, who originally screamed Mimi, Moonstone, Baron Zemo, Atlas. Basically, people who were massive people at that point became the founding members of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, who pretended to be heroes to basically since the Vans were gone, said, hey, the Vans are gone. We got to pretend to be and then we are going to be villains.
Yep.
And then that's when went to hell because, but wait, we like to be good guys, but Vans did not give a damn. So, screw it. We're going to spend the team.
Yeah, the current Beetle's a woman, and she's a daughter of Tombstone.
Yep, who had to appear in ASM recently.
Yeah, and she's a Brubaker character.
What?
Ed Brubaker.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he created her in storyline No Escape. That's where she appeared. 22, the return of the
Brown Massive Menace.
The Circus of Crime. This is their second appearance in the book.
Yeah.
I think they got released from jail.
Yeah.
But they were being led by a guy called the Clown. No, not the Joker. He just calls himself the Clown. Issue.
Goblin and the Gangsters. Huh.
Yeah, I think it starts a story arc. This one was.
Yeah.
I think so.
How long was the story arc?
I think it was a few issues. Because
it's probably more Goblin Gangsters. Spider-Man goes mad.
I think you see a psychiatrist in this issue. Yeah, a lot of these next issues are just okay. Not really much to talk about here. Ooh, this one's interesting.
Oh yeah, that's the debut of the Spider Slayer.
Yeah, this also debut of Spencer Smythe, the father of Alistair Smythe. The spiders. This is actually the Mark I Spider Slayer. Which, fun fact, this Spider Slayer actually showed up in an issue of She-Hulk.
That's funny.
When Guess who was the writer of the book at that point?
That's right.
Yep. Yeah,
I
this is
do
when,
like that issue. And that's
yeah,
really funny.
yeah, this is when She-Hulk was married to John Jameson
But
until they
that
got divorced.
you were hypnotized.
Yeah, apparently hypnotized by Star Fox. Which,
That was weird.
yeah, I'm thinking if I'm John Jameson, I'd be like, damn, I just married a smoking hot woman in the form of She-Hulk because She-Hulk is hot.
Yeah, she is hot. I miss Hot She-Hulk. I really do, but I guess they didn't want to make She-Hulk, well, basically, more like the Hulk. Fine.
More of a Goblin, the
Crime
gangster.
Master, Mask, and Goblin stuff.
Yeah, here's the original Crime Master.
Oh.
He was kind of in a way a second prototype Kingpin. Small scale. He appeared just for this 3-parter, this issue plus a couple of issues, and I think he later died. This is the original version. He got killed by he got shot by cops.
Of course, because he's a mob boss, and we don't need another mob boss. We have Kingpin for that.
Yep.
Speaking of, we should probably skip ahead because all the issues, like I said, are not that memorable.
Yeah, because look, more Green Goblin, the gangsters.
Yeah, let's just skip ahead.
Yeah, I'm just showing up the covers here. Ooh, 28.
Oh, the Motor Man.
Yep. Who is Betty Brant's, actually, Liz Allen's stepbrother.
Yeah, who gambling problem.
Yeah, he and Spider-Man fought several times over the years. Usually for 2 issues, and then there's long gap between issues.
Yep.
Like fought in this issue, the following issue, and then they popped up occasionally after that. I think Betty Brant at this point already broke up with Peter at this point.
With good reason, because Peter was being a jerk to her.
It was after her death of her brother, who it was a story involving werewolves.
Of course.
The Lowell brothers. 29, there was Scorpion.
Yep.
30, which I think this is actually the end of the first major era for Spider-Man at this point. I think this is this is the Cat. This is not Black Cat. It's a character, it's a burglar known as the Cat.
Who actually Black Cat thought whatever, that's not true. What am I saying?
Yeah.
But Black Cat actually fought it in Spectacular with the burglar in the Spectacular anime series. The Cat, was the father of Black Cat? I don't remember.
No, it was a different guy.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm thinking we're getting close to the first appearance of Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, we should probably just skip ahead.
Oh, yeah, this is the issue. Right here. This is the first appearance of Gwen Stacy.
If this be my destiny, issue 1.
Yep, this is the first appearance of Gwen Stacy.
Who actually was more after Stanley's wife, I think.
Yep. Aside from her, this is also first appearance of Harry Osborn.
Huh. That's interesting.
I'm thinking, okay. Oh!
The Jacko.
Yeah, this is his first appearance. Yeah. No, he doesn't come Jacko till later. That's Jared Conway who does that.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh, yes, this one here. This is the start of the Master Planner story.
Oh yeah, I remember that story. That story was amazing. It was one of the best stories at the Steve Ditko ever wrote.
Yeah, which I love the story. It's so fantastic.
Same. I think during the time Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy was dating during this time.
Yeah.
Oh, as you know, our good friend he was Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy at the couple. Even though, technically speaking, Gwen Stacy in the comic and Spider-Man, they were not really great couple. People would have joked to her.
Yeah, I think also 31 is when he started going to college. And 31, 33 is the 3-parter of the Master Planner saga.
The final chapter.
Yeah, this is the conclusion basically he kind of stumbles upon the Master Planner and it beats up all of his goons, and these goons later came back later. Yep. Which is kind of interesting. Why the heck would Dr. Octopus have henchmen? Which he would do when he spears Spider-Man, called the Spiderlings.
Wait, his henchmen were idiots. Because, and the thing that drove me nuts with Spear Spider-Man, 10 of a sec, everyone in that story was an idiot. No one could ever Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body. Where would Emma Ford? Oh wait, Emma Ford was bigger than X-Men. And But it's Psycho. Where was the X-Men? Why couldn't they scan Peter's brain?
It's Dan Slott. He doesn't freaking care.
Ugh, no, he doesn't. Kind of like Bendis, who also doesn't care about continuity.
Yeah. 34. The Return of the Craven
Hunter. There.
Yep.
We're still a clown.
Yep.
35. It's another fellow story.
It's Multiman. 35.
Oh, hi, Jackpot.
Yeah, it's Multiman. 31 and 36. It's 35, 36. Oh, I do not like this guy at all.
Who is this guy? Who's that clown?
This is the Looter.
Who? Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's also known as Meteor Man. I do not like this guy at all. I'm really hoping Punisher kills him off because I don't give a damn about this guy at all. He gets his power from a freaking meteorite.
What? That's not the stupid idea of my life. Actually, that's not true. Me actually give you radiation.
Yeah. This is just the first appearance in the Looter. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't give a damn about this guy. Of course, next appearance.
Nighthawk. Nighthawk.
No, he's not in the issue. He's not in the issue. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I don't give a damn about the Looter. I'm not sure why Marvel writers like using him, but the Looter.
He died. Just gets shot in the head.
Punisher should kill him.
I'll go for that. That'd be funny.
Ooh, this one's a good one. The
Once upon a time, there were the robots.
Yeah, I think Nick Spencer killed this guy off recently.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He actually appeared in Superior Spider-Man nonsense. Wait, what?
Yeah, I think this is Mel Strom. He also was the one he also popped up in the Civil War II Spider-Man series.
He was tired with his crap.
Yeah, he's the Robot Master. That's what basically he calls himself.
I never understood that guy. I never liked that character. He's so boring.
Yeah, this issue 38.
There's a guy named Joe.
Yeah.
Who's Joe? Oh, Joseph Smith.
Yeah, just a reminder, like one-shot villain. Don't give a damn about it. I think this one was also the start. I think this was also Ditko's last issue.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because I think 39 was when. Yeah, I think this is the one where.
Yeah, that dude revealed the Green Goblin. That dude revealed Norman Osborn.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was Norman Osborn. But I think this is the first one John Romita Sr. took over. Not Junior, Senior.
Yeah, because if I remember seeing when I died from history, Steve Ditko won Green Goblin Anonymous. He's now one with Norman Osborn. But Stan Lee won him with Norman with good drama. Which, in hindsight, I'm kind of Steve Ditko on this one. He is kind of right, because, look, Norman Osborn is sucker about, I get that, but how many Green Goblins with Norman Osborn, in hindsight, man, not very good idea. Because Marvel kept doing him. Oh, well, what am I going to do? He died.
Yeah. Ooh, the end of the Green Goblin. He comes back later. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Many times. If you notice, if you read this issue, the previous one, it looks like it still looks like Steve Ditko's on the artwork. Yep. There's a reason for that. Romita Senior, was told to do that for a brief period of time before he switched over to his own artwork.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was told to do that, and then he switched on artwork. Just for a few issues. Rhino. Love this guy. One of my favorite villains.
Who I think died recently in... he died in Congress... Wait, was it Congress Spirit or what it ended up?
Yeah, actually, was Sly apparently killed him, and he came back. Wearing a black Rhino.
That's impossible, but he died in Legends of the Earth.
Yeah, this
is Congress Spirit and nonsense.
Yeah. Here's 42. This is technically part of the Ram Saga, which is 41 to, I think it's like 44, I think it is. This is when Jameson got powers. And I think it was this issue here that where Rhino gets released. Is later revealed Spider-Man Blue was Kraven the Hunter did that.
Oh.
43. Everyone knows about this issue.
Rhino on the rampage.
Yep. You want something interesting about this issue? It's the first full appearance of Mary Jane Watson. Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. Yep.
Wait, can you find that panel?
I think it was this issue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Try to search for Mary Jane. Maybe you'll find it there. No, wait. Go back. Hang on.
I think I just saw it with the previous one. Let's see.
Yeah, I saw it.
Here it is, right here. There it is. There's the panel of her first full appearance.
Yep.
Which design-wise, she hasn't really changed all that much over the years.
Yeah. Even though Marvel and Casada even want to get rid of her because if you because we want Mary Jane, because we want Gwen Stacy or the Casada.
Go Casada.
Yeah, Casada.
The Return of the Lizard. It's been a while since he's shown up.
Yep.
At least this one, they actually waited a lot longer to bring this guy back.
Which I think that I do it with a mistake because they should let them alone.
Yeah, more lizard. Here, lizard. Oh, shocker! Yep. Yeah, I think this is his first appearance this issue.
Yep.
This outfit here, I don't think it's never changed about Shocker. He's always wearing the same outfit.
The only time it changed was in Ultimate.
Yeah, but regular universe never changed.
Yep. More Craven stuff.
I like Hammer Hunter. I'm glad of the fact he'd actually spend time between appearances.
Same.
Another Vulture issue.
That didn't go anywhere, did it? They were a filler story.
Yeah.
I have Goblin.
Yeah.
More Craven Vulture stuff.
Yep. 50 is unique because it's this issue, I believe, is first appearance of the Kingpin.
Yep, and when Spider-Man quits, we said, Spider-Man no more. Like, that's it. I'm done. I quit. I can't do it anymore. Screw it.
Yep.
With good reason. He quit because, not because of loved ones. I think he quit because he couldn't handle the president anymore.
Yeah. Here's Wilson Fisk, which, you recognize this suit he's wearing?
Yep, it's the white suit.
Yeah, I think he wore this on the animated series, not mistaken.
Yep. And he had his first appearance, and this is actually a great appearance.
This is actually his first cover appearance, but his first appearance was issue 50.
Oh.
Yeah, this begins a story arc involving the Kingpin.
Yep.
I don't know what is up with the purple pants. Like, him and the Hulk love wearing purple pants for some reason.
It's a bad choice.
Yes.
Oh, actually, speaking actually of that panel, in this book they show out the Spider-Man quits, if you can see.
Yeah, but I think he throws his costume in the trash.
Yep, it's right here.
I think this issue here is when he got strapped with a bomb to Jameson's wrist.
Yeah.
This cover here, I actually saw this on. I think it was one of the Essential books. They put this cover on. I think it was Volume 6. They put this very cover on. This fact this issue was in there, but yeah, Dr. Octopus. I think it'd been a little while since he last.
Doc enough said.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yep.
Oh, hi, Kindred.
Yep. More Dr. Octopus. I think he was. I think it was a tenant. I think he was living in Peter's childhood home briefly.
Yeah, with Aunt May in his arms.
Yep, I think she was his landlady. More Dr. Octopus. I think this is the storyline with Spider-Man against Amnesia for a few issues.
Yeah, and here's the thing about that. They use recently in Superior Spider-Man. Oh, no, it was issue 800 or 700.
This whole thing of them going Amnesia. They actually used this for a two-parter in the animated series from the 90s.
Yep.
Where it was a little girl who got Peter back his mind.
Yep. That was cute.
Yep.
57 brings back Kazar.
This is actually the first time Spider-Man Kazar. I think this was also at the time. I think this was his second appearance to comics. Actually, it was his fourth. Like, it was one of his early appearances he made. Because when he first showed up, he spoke broken English. Later on, he started
speaking Tarzan.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kazar, did actually have no issue. He died, but now he came out as Immortal Kazar.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that.
Why? Like, I know he died in Empire, which that's a stupid story. I hate Empire. It's a stupid event. Well, that's not true. The Wonder Man was Civil War 2.
I'm sure James Robinson doesn't care about the fact that his character, that Kree alien popped up in his Run for All New Invaders. Empire retconned that beautiful alien was in fact Hulkling's grandmother.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
Not really sure why. Look, Return of the Spider Slayer. I think this is Mark II.
The Killer Spider-Man.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
Yep.
Mary Jane.
Brandon the Brainwasher, which is the Kingpin.
Nice.
I love Kingpin. He's a really good character.
I think Kingpin is bad when he fought Ditto with Frank Miller made the Kingpin a lot more serious, a lot more Ditto threat. And Stanley and Steve Ditko, he was just a clown, a joke.
But he definitely was a crime boss.
True. They kept that point intact. Yeah. It was the Frank Miller who reinvented Kingpin and made him a lot more a serious threat.
Yep.
Oh, hi Gwen Stacy, who's about to die.
Yeah, I think this is part of a story arc. This one is. It's one of those rare times you have a story arc.
Medusa?
Yeah. During that, they briefly fought, but they're fine. I remember, I think it was like one episode, I think it was Spider-Man's Amazing Friends. It was one series where she actually kissed Spider-Man.
Weird, because she's married to Black Bolt.
This is before she married Black Bolt.
Oh. Oh, yeah, she was brainwashed. Now I remember.
Oh yeah, if you're curious about this, the two.
Why two Vultures?
The other one is Blackie Drago. This is one of the two times he actually became the Vulture, and then he gave it up. He did 2 times as a Vulture, and then you didn't see him again until Marvel Knight Spider-Man. When Mark Millar. Yeah, he gave it up with the 2 times because he got fed up with it.
Oh, and then he died, right?
Actually, he's still alive. He just hasn't appeared since then.
Oh, that's good. The guy just seems useless.
I don't really like the Vulture. He's not like I like when he shows up.
He's not my favorite villain. He's not one of my least favorite villains ever.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything
possible. What's this?
No, this one just prisoners escaping. That's all this one is.
Oh,
I think this is where I think it past John Mia Sr. Look, Mysterio. This is a great looking cover.
The cartoon looks amazing. I really got the color suit. Oh, I bet I did Kane. Yeah, over there.
Yep.
Yeah, right here.
All right, 67.
More 7.
This is Mysterio.
Wait, Mysterio, my man.
Yeah. At least kind of comes something like some villains. He doesn't appear very much. Chaos on Campus.
Yeah, this is the drug issue.
No, that comes later.
Oh.
This is on their Wilson Fisk issue when they try to steal the Life Tablet.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, that becomes a flashback for some reason.
Yeah, that thing came back in the expensive one originally. What the point of this thing? Why do we need it? I don't get it. And then brought my son back to life.
Yep. Crushed. I think this is the storyline that first had Superman show up.
Spider-Man Wanted.
Yeah. More King.
Lord one, Million Watson mention.
Let me. Yeah, just regular like Spider-Man cast. Jameson. Vanessa Fisk makes the first appearance in this issue.
His wife?
Yeah. Huh. It's not identified. It's only shadow only.
Oh.
But yeah, there's a joke about it. One of his guys said, the only person in favor is Misses. And he's like, I heard that he proceeds to try to kill him. He said, don't you ever marry my wife ever again.
Yep.
Quicksilver.
I like Quicksilver.
Yeah, he fights him. This is one of his rare appearances outside of X-Men at this point. Because he thinks Spider-Man's a villain, so he beats the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Doesn't go anywhere.
Oh. Well, that's a shame. The guy fighting a blue gun somewhere. 72 Shocker to return. Makes sense.
At least I think at this point, I think they switched artists this one. This one they have John Buscema. Sal Buscema is not that good of an artist. If you see his artwork is terrible.
Damn. Question: was this after he went to college, or did he still in college in this time?
Still in college. Oh. You probably don't know who this guy is in the cover.
Yeah, that's Hammerhead.
That's Mountain Man Marco. He is the chief henchman for Silvermane.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the first of a three-parter involving him, and also featuring the return of Frederick Crosswell and the Lizard.
Again? How many times do we? Oh wait.
Yeah, he turns into the Lizard without using the formula this time.
How?
Yeah, I don't know how. But yeah, this is a three-part that was adapted for the animated series, and they switched out Matt Marco for Tombstone.
Of course, because he's an old and popular.
Yeah, and Mount Marco is not that known of a character that's in the comics.
Death without warning. Wait, who died?
This is the finale for this three-parter. Silver Senior is still the artist of this book. I think later on they replaced him with Gail Kane, who was the last artist of this run.
Wait, who died?
I think it was supposed to imply it's supposed to be Silvermane.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's Silvermane's apparent death. He returns in Daredevil.
Of course he does. Well, not surprised. He faked his own death.
Yeah.
He's a mob bot.
Yeah, see, later becomes a robot.
Yeah, which is weird.
And
he's still a robot to this day.
Yeah, I don't know why he can't get a clone body.
What? Yeah, after you know, he just still Ben. Oh wait, Benoit's dead. Well, yeah, he's not dead. He's in Iron Man book right now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird he shows up there.
I'm glad he's there. Benoit, they destroy that character, so fine. Let's get Iron Man.
Yeah, this issue also features the Lizard as well, fighting the Human Torch. That's interesting. Human Torch versus the Lizard, right?
That's not a fight. At the slaughter fest. After 2 seconds.
Oh
yeah, the Prowler. I know.
Yeah, there's a interesting story involving him. Apparently, even though Jeremy Jr. Senior created this character, this is actually an idea by Jeremy Jr.
His son.
Yes. The way this issue is written is that there's been a racism in this issue. His boss is a racist, but here's the thing: do you know one character who's white who's not a racist in this book? I mean, Spider-Man's obviously not a racist.
Yeah,
Jameson is not a racist.
Yep.
Which that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yep. So Prowler, who is not technically a villain. This is technically his first appearance. He's appeared occasionally since then. No,
he's more of a hero than a guy who got tricked by an asshole.
Yeah. And he's briefly had a couple series, didn't go much anywhere.
Then he died in Clone Conspiracy, and then came back. It still was crap during that one.
Yeah, more him.
Wait, I don't know what the Prowler series, but it was so bad. It went nowhere.
On the Trail of the Chameleon.
The Chameleon not one of my favorite villains, one of my least favorite villains, but he's mad disguise.
Okay.
Oh, the kangaroo.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, appeared in my last stories. That's all I know about him.
It's the second one. This is the original one.
Oh.
He's dead.
How'd he die?
I think he fell off a building.
What?
Yeah, this issue, I think, is his first appearance. The person responsible for this is a guy named Jonas Hathrow.
Oh? Never heard that guy. Frank Oliver. Death. Later, you're seeing Homer living in the street with nowhere to go until Jonah Hollow turned out and offered him several arguments to be Spider-Man. Playing a small mental pacemaker. Hollow demanded the kangaroo do his bidding for him. Hollow sent him to Hudson Nuclear Laboratory to steal some.
This is Jonas Hathrow.
Oh, mad scientist.
Yeah, he's dead. Bendis killed him off. You want to know how he got killed off?
How?
The Hood shot him in the head.
Of course.
Yeah. The kangaroo is a minor villain. He's not that really big of a character. He died in his second appearance. He's died a couple times. But they keep bringing him back.
No more. Wait, go down.
Yeah, that's when he got brought back as a clone.
After one decade, oh, yeah, I forgot. That's Clone Conspiracy nonsense.
Yeah,
damn it.
He only appeared twice, and then he died and came back, and now he's dead.
Good. I'm glad he's dead because that was a stupid story.
He wasn't that really interesting of a character villain anyways.
He sounds boring. Yeah.
Electro.
Yep.
I love
Issue
this
8.
guy. He's a great villain.
Then, unfortunately, he's still dead. Why can't they bring him back to life? The one thing I do want to make Electro.
Yeah. The
Why
coming of
protect
the
me, Electro?
schemer.
Come here, me, Electro.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know who this guy is? The schemer?
The schemer.
You
Never
wanna know
heard of
who
him.
it is? He is Richard Fisk.
Wait, what if his son?
Yes.
That's,
Yeah, he's Richard Fisk. He's the son of the Kingpin. That's who he is. This is a mini arc involving him and the Kingpin.
Then who's the Rose? Who's the other kid?
The first Rose is also Richard Fisk as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
Did
he tried to take
die?
on his father. Yeah, and these next few issues are all about Wilson Fisk versus the schemer. How in the world that he is a schemer is that he apparently thought he was dead and came back to life. He faked his death because he found his father was a crime boss. This issue right here is unique. 86. It's the first appearance of Black Widow's current costume she wears. You know, the costume she wears. Yeah, that's what's one thing interesting about this issue. This is the first appearance of her Emma Peel style costume, the black jumpsuit, the zip in the front. Yeah, this is the comic made its first appearance in. Yeah, actually, this is the fishnet stocking one. And here's another time he gets unmasked. It's when Spider-Man has got the flu in this issue, and he has the Prowler pose as him. First time he ever did this. And just to fool everybody, he was not, Spider-Man.
Interesting.
Yep.
Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, Gwen Stacy was pissed because what? My boyfriend not Spider-Man? Then I'm leaving, Peter. I'm leaving. Bye bye.
Yeah, this is the first of a two-part, very interesting one.
Oh yeah, they're Doc Ock.
Yep.
Doc Ock lives.
Yep.
Until he fakes his death again.
Yep. And 90.
Oh yeah, I know the story. That's the death of George Stacy.
Yep. And this stuff is still intact, surprisingly. That's why I think he got cloned. But he's still dead.
And then they caught him again in a crossover story with Spider-Man and Scar Spider. But it's stupid.
But he's still technically dead.
Yep.
Wait, yeah, he actually he's blamed for his death, but it gets cleared up later by DA Blake Tower. He clears up the death. And surprisingly, the guy is still the DA of New York for some reason. He's been DA since the 70s.
I'm surprised I'm surprised they not brought him back to life. Because they keep killing Gwen City, they keep killing him off for clones. Stop eating clones!
Yeah, this is and then we have more stuff. People going. A man called the Bullet.
Never heard of him. Sound not instant at all.
Sam Built. Okay, this guy. He's a politician who Jameson supported, and then he found out that apparently he wanted to put black people in concentration camps.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do, and people walked out of his campaign meeting. When he found out about it, he just walked out. Iceman attacks. This actually was Iceman's first appearance outside of the X-Men books, like during the period of time when they're on reprints.
Yeah, because the X-Men got canceled because that book did not sell at all. It tanked.
Another Prowler.
Oh yeah, the Prowler. Yay.
And here is the issue everybody talks about.
Aunt May and the Beetle.
Well, not Pacific.
Why did we told? Why did we tell Jordan? We don't need Jordan. We told. We got Jordan. Hostages must die. What? Oh, so that's why he went to London.
Yeah, terrorist issue. Try and get to the issue where it's a very noteworthy issue.
965.
No, it's not there.
I think you screwed up. You put 965.
Yeah, that was not on me. This is the issue.
The drug issue.
Yep. Oh, and the story behind this is that this was 96. I think it was like 90. I think it was three-part involving the Green Goblin.
Yep.
Stanley was asked to do this story by the Department of Health.
Yep. And then the Comic Code Authority said rejected.
And they took it out of there as like, we'll send it out. And because of this story, the Comic Code Authority got update.
But after it got destroyed. I think got erased.
I think they're owned by somebody, if not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
the comic book 40 got erased from existence because that thing was a stupid idea.
It was something established back in the 50s for stupid reasons.
Yeah, it was good of an asshole psychiatrist jerk named Mullen something up again. He wrote a stupid book.
Lee mentioned in the interview he hated the guy.
I don't blame him. The guy was an asshole and an idiot.
Yep. Oh, and here's something interesting. We're getting very close to the end of Stan Lee's era on the book.
99.
Yep. This is the last regular issue he did. He came back a couple times after this.
Yeah, the thing had a drug issue.
Yeah. This is something else. 100, really big issue.
Yep.
And this also was the last issue Lee did. Took a brief break, came back for a few issues.
What's the story about? Because
it's basically Spider-Man through hallucinations, and then this happens.
oh yeah, the 6 arms. I remember that.
Yeah, this is the start of the 6 Arm Saga.
Yep.
Yep. And don't worry, it's next issue won't cop out. And 101 is the debut of a character who still occasionally appears today, Michael Morbius. Which this is actually the first issue of Amazing Spider-Man not done by Lee. This is done by Roy Thomas.
Morbius was a character I don't give a damn about. He's not a bad character, but he's just not that interesting.
Yeah, this actually begins 6 Arm Saga. I think we're up to issue, I think like 102, 103. Gail Kane is the artist of this issue. This saga goes on into 102.
Yeah. But someone wanted to make a movie about him. Why?
Yeah, with Jared Leto playing him. I like the character Morbius, especially when he interacts when he acts with Doctor Strange, which is so cool.
I hate the fan. I don't hate Morbius. He's not an instant character, in my opinion. He's just boring.
There is a Black Panther issue that's a homage to this cover.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's for the Spider Island tie-in.
Oh, that event. Wait, Spider-Man only wanted a good event and then saw it.
Yeah, let me look it up on here. It's Man
Without Fear.
Yeah, that's what the title was known as at that point, and it's kind of for the Black Panther numbering. It's let's see.
Issue 5 and 13.
23.
23.
We get it here. On. Oh, I thought it was that. Hang on.
Try Spider Island.
There it is.
Oh. Huh.
That's the cover.
Arachnid at large.
You see it?
I see it. Who are the 2 other guys?
Lady Bullseye, and I don't remember who the other one is.
Oh.
Yeah, but
that's weird.
Yeah. It's interesting that they homage this cover of all covers for Spider-Man for Black Panther, because that's one thing I thought was quite interesting about the event is that the covers are homage to classic Spider-Man covers, and they choose this cover to homage. I don't get it.
With the Wizard and Morbius.
Yep. Gog.
Oh, I know. He appeared at the Expendable one recently.
Yeah, he was an alien that Kraven the Hunter found in the Savage Land.
Yeah, and raised him to be at their own monster. And then Gog went home. And then he lost his family, which is sad.
Yep.
But it actually was and it made me happy.
Yeah, this arc is quite interesting because this is also, I think this is the only time Gwen Stacy goes to the Savage Land.
Hey, that's cute.
Yeah, where she wears like a jungle outfit, which that was so cool.
That's funny. Spider nonsense. Yeah.
Yep, I think this is Mark III.
Oh.
Yep. And now we're back to Lee.
Squad Go the Spider.
Actually, I think this is the last Roy Thomas issue because the next issue is his return to the book after taking a break. Here we go. More Spider Slayer.
Trapped by Tentacle of Death. Yep. March of Murder?
Yeah. Its first appearance for character known as the Giant One. He
Oh,
appears for 2 issues. He's just a minor villain. Don't worry about him.
oh.
Yeah, he's
boy.
barely a footnote in the Marvel Universe. I'm not sure why Lee created him.
I know he could Rabbit in 2099.
Yep.
Doctor Strange.
But not the first time they met. I will get to that. Don't worry. Second to last regular issue he did. Because he came back for his brief 4 issues and then he left.
Yeah.
All right, here's his last issue part of his run, per se. And before he came back. This is the Gibbon.
Oh, I know him. He is a minor villain. He appeared at the end in the expensive run recently in The Hunted. But then he died. That was depressing.
Yeah. Oh, and guess who his wife is?
I don't know.
Princess Python.
Who? Never heard of her.
She's part of the Circus of Crime.
Oh. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. This part was a 3-parter. These are the last regular issues he did for a long time until very recently. This is actually during Jerry Conway's era. This actually is a retelling of a story from the Spectacular Spider magazine, where this guy called the Smashes, souped up muscle guy, who turns out to be a guy who was going to be mayor of New York.
Why? Like, why can't a villain to be mayor of New York? Why did he go rogue?
I think it's Riley. I think his name is. There he is, right here. The Disruptor.
Oh.
Yeah, Disruptor.
It's a trade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And here's the last issue he did for a long time.
Hello.
Yep, and that's the last regular issue he did for a long time.
Aw.
Yep, until I think it was until the stuff leading to Spider Island.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. Now he did
after One More Day, non 40.
Yep. And number 2.
The Wondrous World Doctor Strange. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, this issue here, this annual, first time Spider-Man met Doctor Strange.
Nice. And
this also is the first appearance for a character called Xanadu.
Madame Xanadu?
Not Madame Xanadu. He's a villain known as Xanadu.
Oh. Never heard of him.
This is his first appearance. That's him.
Huh. Oh, wait. I think he appeared he didn't Expend. That band Mordo. My bad.
Yep. I think that was the only other annual that Steve Ditko worked on. Here's annual number 3.
Hulk.
Yep, I think it's when he fought the Hulk in an annual. One of several times he fought the Hulk. And number 4, Human Torch. The guest villains were the Wizard and Mysterio.
That makes sense. Mysterio makes sense. Wizard. I didn't get him a wizard.
I think this annual basically gave Marvel the idea to do Marvel Team Up.
That makes sense.
And here is the last regular annual because annual 6 through 10 reprints. This is the last one.
Apparently Peter Parker revealed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember. This is about just them being spies.
Yeah, and this also is when he find out a guy called the Finisher told. This is I think Red Skull. Is like you mean like Johann Schmidt?
Yep.
Nope, it's not him. This is the communist Red Skull.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a communist Red Skull.
Okay, I know this guy. He at the end was the fake Red Skull. Then he died in the annual because people were preparing their spies. Then they died in the Red Skull. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Yeah, he guess who killed him?
The Finisher, probably.
The Scourge of the Underworld.
Who? Never heard these guys.
Let's see if I can find him here because, well, he's dead. He got killed up at Scourge in the World, and his tagline was "Justice is served."
Captain America.
He was there just to kill off minor villains.
Oh.
This is what he generally. Well, if I can find our picture here.
Wait.
That's not it. Here we go. This is yeah, this is the general look that you look up for Scourge. This is what he looks like. Even the Punisher posed as him.
That's funny.
Yeah, and when Hope brought back several villains who were killed by Scourge, he tricked them thinking Punisher was the Scourge and killed them, and Punisher killed several of them.
Nice.
One of them happened to be the
Punisher.
hero of Titania. And this was the last Daniel Stan Lee wrote. It is something, though, when it comes to Lee and the stuff he basically did, where he created all these really cool characters, and a lot of these really cool stories, and, like, well, he basically did a lot of stuff. Basically, people know. Of course, his run was taken over by Jerry Conway afterwards for a few years before Lean Ween, Danny O'Neill, and many other writers since then. Current writer being
Conway's run was fantastic. I love Conway's run. I know some people hate the Devil Gwen City. I think they're considered a great story. I think the story made sense because it ended Silver Age.
Yeah,
I know a good friend. I hate that story. I want to be able to like that story.
he actually got permission to do this, and Lee didn't know anything about the fact that this character was killed off until he came back from Europe.
Yeah, and obviously some death threats. It was fucked up. I hate people when they do this crap.
I don't think Conway's ever gotten death threats in the last several years.
No, Conway did. Stanley did.
I've never heard about Stanley getting death threats. All I can think of.
Well, I got dumped into Devil Gwen CC because people were pissed.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
But,
what in the about that in the Overbound universe, it explained the situation, and oh boy, it was a messy situation.
Yeah, but the reason why Lee left was so that he could focus on adapting his characters for television and movies.
Yep. Which unfortunately didn't work. Well, okay, that's not true. Scrap that. What am I saying? It worked particularly for the Hulk and
Spider-Man. And Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man, yeah. Spider-Man
was the animation with the classic 60s show. Spider-Man. Yeah. It's such a good song. I think Spider-Man has a ringtone in the current MCU, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
I thought it was so hilarious the fact his ringtone is that song.
Yep.
Probably because the song is so good. It's classic 60s.
Yep. We got to be at the in the Spider-Verse. That was funny when the end credit scene when Spider-Man goes to 60s Spider-Man.
Yeah, I will eventually see it when I get a chance to see it. But in the case of Stan Lee himself, like some of these stories are good, a lot of them, but some feel very fillerish.
Yeah, some do with fillerish.
Yeah, that's just kind of how he was. At least Conway had a pretty good idea what he was doing.
Yep.
But it's shocking that Lee did 100 straight issues of this series.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't Diddy. It's his creation.
Yeah, it's one of two I can think of.
He did his creation. Both of their queens.
Yeah. One of two he did where he did 100 straight issues for. The other, of course, was Fantastic Four.
Yep.
With Jack Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all of Stan Lee's run for Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep.
Of course, he did pop up occasionally in the 60s and other books. He popped up in, I think...
That for X-Men and all that stuff.
Yeah, usually for like one-shot appearances here and there. But that was their period of time with characters. When they appear outside of their titles, usually they were there just to market their books.
That makes sense because if you want to sell a kid, what am I saying? You know, if you want to sell out another kid, you can put in another book. And I think put in popularity.
I think it was not long after Lee left, that's when they started Marvel Team Up.
Yeah, that's when they changed it.
They didn't change it, just started that new, it was his first spin-off series. And then came Nico Spider-Man, then it was Web of
Spider-Man.
And then Marvel Team Up ended in the 80s and replaced with, I think it was replaced.
Spider-Man, I think.
Trying to think. What was replaced with? I don't remember what it was replaced with. I know that Web of Spider-Man was basically ended in the 90s.
Same time, but...
Yeah, he was reduced from like 4 titles to like 3. I think it was a costly measure, and later on they started Spider-Man Limited.
I think I know why, because Marvel went bankrupt during this time.
It was a quarterly series.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not much else to say about Stan Lee's run. It's good. And we got this done just under 2 hours. Hooray.
Yay.
Yep. Episode 3 doesn't necessarily have to be discussing more amazing things. We can talk about other stuff. I just want to do this because that'd be a good idea to do.
Yep.
That'd be fun to do.
X-Men, well, okay, that's the game. Well, to be fair, X-Men itself got complicated because, during the time, the 60 X-Men didn't sell well at all. It tanked.
Yep.
So there's no point coming that series.
Yep. But I think we covered like everything we can for Stan Lee's era for Spider-Man.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be it for the live show.
Yeah, I think we should call it.
Yep. So you can check me out here on my YouTube channel, Nick Lens. And where can people find you, Tibia?
You can follow me on YouTube, Tabby Smoker, or my Facebook and Twitter, or follow me on twitch.tv at Tabby Smoker. And you can follow me on TubeBuddy, I think. I don't remember what that is. Yeah, TubeBuddy, I think, kind of a affiliate link I put up there on my channel. Long story. And that's where you can find me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As for what episode 3 is going to be, well, that'll be up in the air right now.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So until you see you all in our next live show, bye.
Bye.